Kelly, what you reading?
Oh man, bro, this is such a good book. Super dope book.
"22-year-old University of Virginia shooting suspect Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. faced a judge today on multiple murder charges and 2 counts of malicious wounding, the judge denying bond. At the hearing, it was revealed that Jones was charged and convicted of a reckless driving and hit and run in 2021, along with a concealed weapons charge the same year.
He was arrested on all 3 charges at the same time. So, although the charges occurred at different times, none of those charges occurred at a time when he was serving or on a condition of suspended sentence and good behavior.
Right now, UVA officials facing critical questions about whether more could have been done to prevent this tragedy. Officials admit that during the course of an investigation into allegations of hazing, a student reported that the suspect told him he had a gun, but the student said he never actually saw the weapon. Officials also discovered that the alleged shooter broke school policy by not reporting the criminal weapons conviction. Jones was on a field trip Sunday night with fellow UVA students when he allegedly shot 5 of his fellow classmates, killing 3 football players, Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis, and Deshaun Perry, and injuring 2 others, Michael Hollins and Marley Morgan.
I was scared that with all the shots that were fired, he had shot everyone on the bus. So I thought he was going to shoot me too.
Ryan Lynch was on that bus.
To my knowledge, they did not know him. The only thing is that they were on the football team.
Meanwhile, the community still reeling from the deadly shooting. UVA football coach Tony Elliott says he and the players are still in shock.
I'm ready for somebody to pinch me and wake me up and say that this didn't happen.
The school also announced that it was canceling its final home game of the season that was scheduled for the weekend. In the newsroom, Alexis Frazier.
Folks, how you doing? You know what? Sometimes when you sit back and you think about it, you try to understand the human behavior. Why do people do what they do? Why do people act up? Why do people allow their emotion to supersede their intellect? Why do people have so much anger built up inside to cause them to want to hurt, kill, destroy, destruct? Right now is, guess what? Mental health, mental illness, anger management. All that stuff is real, folks. If you know anybody that's out there that is suffering, that's showing certain trait, certain sign, that letting off red flags, you know what? Address that. Get them the help. You know what? Let people know, hold up, wait a minute, pay attention to this individual. This person right now is on a course of destruction. A lot of times what we do as human beings, we keep our mouth shut. We like right now is none of our business. Or what we don't want to do is what we don't want to say. We're not no snitch. But once again, right now, based upon Christopher Jones Jr. behavior, somebody's seen some type of form of sign. Somebody could have did or say something. And that they would have done or say certain things, guess what? Chances are Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry would still be alive today. And what we have to do is, folks, listen, we have to be our brother, our sister keeper. We have to start based right now on being true to ourselves and our community, our people. You know what, today, I'm going to read a story. What it say? Christopher Jones Jr. dropped into his friend Virginia barbershop in 2020 to make a generous offer. He buy for Sean Hill a brand new pair of clippers to replace his worn one, using money from a refund check from college at the University of Virginia. Chris was a good dude at heart. I told him, you don't have to do it, say Hill, who had played high school football with Jones in Petersburg, Virginia. Jones still bought the clipper. Hills was grasping to reconcile memory of his kind, outgoing friend with reports of another Jones that emerged this week. an accused mass shooter. Authorities say Jones methodically shot and killed 3 football players and injured 2 others on a bus that had just returned to the University of Virginia campus from a field trip Sunday night. 6 days later, perhaps the biggest question about this horrific, tragic, still hunt hill. Victim family and a grieving University of Virginia community. Why? Authorities have not released a motive for the rampage, but those who knew both suspect and victim have struggled to come up with any concrete possibility. Though Jones at one time played football, former players say his 2018 stint was short and unremarkable, and there was no overlap between him and those he accused of killing with bullets to the head. Family members have claimed Jones was bullied but have not provided detail, and no evidence have emerged to support those accounts. A witness to the shooting said Jones barely interacted with those on a field trip he's accused of shooting. One friend who knew Jones from high school said that recently he seemed to be more withdrawn than she had remembered. It's just hard to try to piece all this together, knowing the Chris we know, he'll say. The Virginia State Police, which took over the investigation Thursday, say in a statement that detectives are still working to establish the motive. Any declaration of a particular motive for the shooting would be purely speculative and unfounded at this time. The statements say defining Jones' motive is a priority of those investigating effort and a task that takes time to pursue and achieve. A prosecutor say at Jones' arraignment this week that a witness on the bus told investigator that Jones appeared to be aiming at certain people, but what, if anything, would lead him to target Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry remain murky. Ryan Lynch, a University of Virginia student who witnessed the shooting, say she was told by others on the bus that Jones say something to the effect of, "You guys are always mess with me," before he opened fire. But she say that comment was strange because she did not see Jones interacting much with other students. The group had gone on a trip to D.C. to see a play about Emmett Till and ate Ethiopian food at a restaurant. Michael Holland Sr. and his son Michael Holland Jr., who was injured in the shooting, told him that Jones asked one of the players about a video game before shooting. He added that his son did not know Jones. Lynch says she ducked to the floor after the barrage began at the back of the bus. Lynch eventually peered out from beneath a coat as Jones strolled down the center aisle of the bus with a kind of swagger. She say Jones exited and fired one more shot in the air, she say. Listen, folks, when you sit back and look at it, right now, this man, he was arrested roughly 12 hours later, 80 miles away from the campus, found a shelter-in-place order at University of Virginia, massive search. You know what? What was that all about, folks? And what I'm just trying to say right now is these days in time, besides, mental illness, besides people being bullied, people being taken advantage of, we have to be mindful. We have to understand, watch, look, observe. Watch those that are watching you. Watch those that you think ain't watching, but are watching you. Because once again, we don't know these individuals and we don't know what they're going through. And sometimes right now, only thing that take is a little snap of the finger and look what happened. But once again, like I said right now, my deepest condolences to the family, the friends of Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry. May they soul rest in peace and their spirit be lifted. And my condolences to the family. And right now, I'm praying for a speedy recovery for the other victim. Like I said right now, folks, listen, we're living in time. We don't know what tomorrow will hold. We don't even know what today holds. But what you have to do is be aware of your surroundings. And honestly speaking, it's sad to say, we got to watch the company that we keep and trust no one. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe, share. You know what? Order your signed copy of the Be Our Lucky Book, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story, by emailing me at Brian, BRIAN, Gibbs, GIBBS 1201 at yahoo.com. You know what? For more of my story, Google Brian Glaze Gibbs to see who I am. This is my ministry. What I do is I talk about the good, I talk about the bad, I talk about the ugly, but what I want to keep people informed. Let people know right now is, guess what? I was once the problem. Now what I'm seeking to do, how do I become part of the solution? Peace, love, and prosperity. One love.